Hello everyone and welcome to DIY Ideas. So here is the cell phone baggie that you can always take with you out of a mix of cotton, I think, and something else. But it's very soft, it's very light. We're going to be using our 6mm crocheting hook, and you can see my phone here and that it fits perfectly. Of course, you can change up the size any way you prefer depending on your cell phone size. And yeah, if you want to see how you can make this, then stay tuned. I'm going to show you how I did it and what I used. See you in a second. So, welcome. Today I'm going to show you the yarn that we're using. So it's Woolly Hugs Role Play, and you can see here the amazing colors that we have. So this is a little bit different than what we usually work with. You see that we have different sections and different colors, and the first thing that we need to do is unwrap it. So here we have 250 grams and 225 meters, 80% cotton and 20% polyester. It's for a 5 to 7mm hook. I'm using a 6mm one. There it is. And yeah, you can see the colors in the background. So first what we're going to do is take a look at the color 188 pink if you want the exact same one. So I think this is really cool, and it's a really unique way to get a ball of yarn. It's definitely something different and fun, so I'm excited to pull it apart and see how we can work with it. So I think we start here at the bottom, and you can see this blue thread that I'm gonna cut open so that we can open up our first section. And the next one. And I know these are extra, so I'm not gonna destroy anything that I don't want to. This one as well. And then our first little braid or section of the braid is ready to get out. It's lavender purple. And then you can see here the knot, that's where they're connected. And what we can do is untie this knot and use them separately, or use them at once and keep the knots. Okay, here is the next color. So I'm going to keep it in place, or keep it whole, just so it's easier and less messy. And I'm going to start with this lavender purple. So we have here 7 colors total, 7 sections, and I'm going to start with the first one. So I'm going to do a little ball of yarn out of this just to make it a little bit more organized, so I don't get any twists or knots or anything weird going on. And then we can get started, or actually I can put it around my hand, around my wrist like this, and then make a regular ball of yarn out of it, just so it's easier to work with. And yeah, I'm gonna do this really quick and then I'll be back. So this is the technique that I'm using, just around my wrist here, and then I'm using my 2 fingers on my other hand to kind of wrap it around itself and make a regular ball of yarn. So here is the finished result that we can now work with, and yeah, I'm gonna move my cell phone out of the way and then we can get started. So here is the beginning thread. I'm gonna do a slip knot as always, and I'm using my 6mm hook, and now I'm gonna do some chains. Six, 7. Okay, let's see. I think this should fit already. So what I'm gonna do now is do 2 more for the height, And then I'm gonna start with half trebles. So yarn over, go into the third hook on the chain and go through all 3 loops on your hook. And keep doing that for every chain that you see. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm at the last half treble here at the last chain. I'm gonna do 2 more half trebles into the same spot. And basically what we're doing with that is just coming to the other side of the chains we started with. Okay, and now I'm just going back on the other side and working into the same chain that I started with, again, half trebles. So we're basically making a symmetrical pattern this way, or like a little oval shape for now. That's going to be the bottom of our baggie. And here is the chain that I started with. So there, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do 2 more. And that way it's gonna look the exact same way at the other end. Then I'm gonna do a slip stitch to connect everything, and this is what we have. This is our basis. So we're gonna take 2 more chains for the height, starting a new row, and we're gonna keep working in our half trebles. And I'm gonna go completely around with new row or new round. And yeah, we're not gonna do any more additions, so you can see here what the basis looks like, and basically what's gonna happen is we're gonna increase in length, but not in width. So this is gonna be the bottom. I hope you can see it already. It'll be more clear in a couple more rows. Here is a little update. So here is the beginning thread that we started with, and you can see what it looks like after 2 rows or rounds. So the edges look really nice, the corners as well. And what we're gonna do now is start into this first half treble that we did in this row. We're gonna do a slip stitch right there. There we go. And then we're gonna do 2 more chains for the height. You can see here what the end of the row looks like, and from upside down, I think it looks wonderful and neat already. And what we're going to do is increase in height from this point on. Here is my phone just to check the size, and you can see that it fits perfectly. It's not too tight, but it's also not too loose. And yeah, what we need now is basically just several more rounds or rows so that we can get the full length of my phone in here. And yeah, as soon as we have that, we are pretty much done. We can do some handles and then we're good to go. So I'm gonna keep working the exact same way as so far. I always start with 2 chains. I do half trebles in every stitch that I see from the last row. No additions, and then I'm gonna do several more rows, just increase in length, and then I'm going to be back with a little update. And here is our result for now. So you can see that it's pretty much matching the size of my phone. So I'm going to show you the other side where I started, or where I'm at right now. So I think I need 1 more row, maybe 2. We can try it out when I push my phone inside. You can see there's a little bit of breathing room in there, and it looks good. So for the top section, I am out of this color, so I'm gonna do the next one from our plate or our braid. And yeah, this is this mixed color. And you can see here I have a little bit of a different situation going on. So here we actually don't have a knot, it basically just goes into the next color. So we're gonna cut that so that we can work with it because we just need that one section. And yeah, now we're gonna have a color change, but it still has some of the base color as well, so it's gonna match it really, really nicely. Here is our mini ball of yarn so we can get going again. So I'm gonna do one more half treble here because I have enough. And then I'm just gonna start it, and halfway through I'm gonna switch to the new thread, the pinkish one. And what I'm gonna do is take that one and just act as if it was the same thread the entire time. There we go. And yeah, what we're gonna do now is continue with our half trebles and then also aligning, as you can see, the leftover bit of thread from the first section. That way we can weave it in as we work it with the half trebles and we don't have an extra step in the end. And this is what it looks like. So now I'm going to continue working in this color for a row more. I think that's all I'm going to need, and then I'm going to show you how we can do the handles as well. So stay tuned, I'll be right back with an update. Okay, here we are. So I did 2 more rows and this was enough for the entire phone. I do have quite a bit left over, but we are going to do the handles as well. So the size fits, that's what we needed for the first step. And now I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. So we need to find the spot where I left off. There we go. I hope this is better. And now we're going to do 3 chains. And yeah, we can continue like this and we can reach the length that we want. So this can be more or less depending on your needs and preferences. So just keep doing chains until you reach the length that you like. And I hope you can see why this project is very beginner friendly. Just a bit more, of course you can make it as long as you'd like. Okay, I think this is enough just to show you what it looks like, but as I said, you can make it shorter or longer depending on your needs. So now what we're going to do is go into the other side and go in, and there we're going to do a slip stitch to connect. There we go, so both ends are connected now, and what we're going to do next is turn this like that. And then what we want to do is go into the very last row that we did in our base section here, and we're going to do a slip stitch there as well. Okay, there we go. So you can see what it looks like, and now we're going to start with the yarn over, and we're again going to be doing half trebles to keep the same style here. So these are going to be a little bit wider, the handles, but that way, or the handle, the one in this case, and it's going to give it a little bit more stability, and it's going to be more sturdy in the end. Okay, so now I'm at the other end, and what I'm going to do is take this next chain on the bottom, so I'm just looking at where I left off, and the next spot to it, I'm going to go in and do a slip stitch there to connect as well, so that it's a little bit more stable, and that way I have a wider base here, so it doesn't rip or do anything weird. And it looks the exact same way as the other end, which is what we want. So now we can shorten the thread a little bit, pull it out because we're done. This is all that we've needed to do to get this project. So we're going to weave that in, of course, that little bit of thread, and the beginning is on the inside anyway, so you can weave it in, but you don't have to since it's not visible from the outside. And you can see here what it looks like. Of course, you could have done 2 handles here if you prefer that, but you can see what it looks like for now. My cell phone fits inside perfectly. And yeah, I hope you liked today's project. Feel free to let me know what you think. I hope it's also been useful to you, and even if you're a beginner, you can definitely try it out and have some fun. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Make sure to subscribe and have a good day. Bye!